But I found with running my own company and taking the risk to start my own venture is where I feel ultimately at peace through the chaos. Throughout my career, I have evolved what I believe to be my sense of purpose and what brings me freedom and joy. My name is Katie Fritts. I run 2 businesses. After graduating college, I went into a very traditional career path. And while I was there, I realized that my priorities of what I wanted in a career and a life were shifting. There was a time when I was at work and we worked very long hours, and it was probably 2 in the morning and I'm sitting there at a computer and I felt like I was about to be sent to a mental institution. And when I snapped out of it, I thought, I gotta do something that doesn't drive me insane. And then lastly, update website with new photos. I started my first company after grad school in California, and I've been running that company for over 10 years now. And I recently started working on a second business with a co-founder that we launched earlier this year. Tiffany, you are doing incredible. I sometimes feel like my parents waited a little long to celebrate the success that they had earned in life. They moved about 2 years before my mom passed, and they had planned this whole life to do all these trips and vacations and spend all this time. And now she was just unexpectedly gone. I think the story I tell myself today is, with her passing in mind, of there's so much value in saving and being responsible with your money. And there's also the holistic view of what a rich life is. And I think that's enjoying every day and finding moments to feel the freedom and the joy that I want. My priorities when it comes to finances are to invest wisely. A lot of that's investing in the businesses that I run. To me, that's important to think about how I allocate it, knowing that part of my life is very risky and making sure that I'm balancing that. I'm a big believer in you don't know what you don't know, and there's so many people who are experts in what they do. Now that my husband is also going down the entrepreneurial path, finances have become more of a highlight because there's 2 of us taking big risks at the same time. And it's something we actively are planning around to ensure that we are acting in the best interest not only of ourselves, but our family. My husband and I are people who take big risks and bet on ourselves. And when we can reap the rewards of that, we love to invest in travel and adventures and vacations. It's most important to me that my son inherits a healthy outlook of what success is, that we hope we are instilling in him to go out and do something that he feels joy and passion for. Thinking back to my own childhood, my best memories weren't the big, flashy, shiny things. It were the moments that I felt the fun of being with my sister and doing something fun with my family. And I want to create all those little moments. A rich life means having the freedom to find your purpose and go out and pursue it.
So if there's someone out there that's also trying to define their rich, what advice would you give that person?
The advice that I would give to somebody looking to find their rich is to help them think about what they value most and what brings them the most joy. Freedom is not having a home run every time you try something, but the ability to feel like you're willing to take the swing, knowing the ball could go any which way.